Hello. Sorry about the coughing immediately. Yeah, 11 o'clock kind of snuck up on me. Because I've been sitting here trying to get everything set up for the stream, and it's taken me a good couple hours because I haven't, been in this video editing program for, like, ever. So I'm actually going through, especially since it's an upgraded version of my video editing program, so they've done all sorts of weird, wonky things with it. So I have to go through and change things. Like right now, I'm reassigning a key that's getting in my way. Trying to find a button that's not associated with anything is really hard. Is this its own? Good, that's its own thing. I don't need that. Let's put that as let's add that. Okay. So let's see. So far, doesn't look like anyone's in here, which is okay because I am just still setting stuff up, and it is really quite annoying that they would. I can always put that back. Okay. Now let's get back to what I was doing, which was doing some little bit of trimming on the audio here, which you won't be hearing right now until I'm a little bit more set up because I'm editing out something that's not going to be in. Well, it's some stuff that got left in because of reasons. Also, I think you hearing my voice from multiple directions may get a little confusing. Oh, hello, Sasami-chan. So I have the audio turned off so you can't hear the playback when I playback things. So you won't be hearing that. But you will be seeing all the pretty pictures and stuff as I put things together. And just let you know, there's about, I think, last count, 14-second delay. Sorry for all the coughing. So now I'm going to get back to what this little edit is here. Okay. So anything you want to talk about, Sasami-chan? Ask questions. I'll see if I can answer them. Also, thank you for stopping by. Okay. Looks like I only have to remove one line to make this work with current times. Okay. Just need to do some tweaking here. Sorry for getting quiet there. I'm listening to the audio, trying to quip things here. So why don't I turn the audio on and see if it comes through? Let's see.
Month.
At the moment, when real life improves, we'll see about bringing the schedule a little more active.
Okay, good. There we go. How about that insert topic of relevant interest? uh, well, I'm currently editing what's going to be our coverage of episode 9 through 11. I almost said 12, but no, I have 12 and 13 is the next one that's going to be edited. So this is episodes 9 through 11 because we went and recorded an episode of 10 and 11 and realized we skipped 9 after we recorded 7 and 8. So we recorded 7 and 8. We recorded 10 and 11, and then we realized, oops, we need to actually do an episode on 9. So we went back and re-recorded 9. So now this is 9, 10, and 11. So that was fun. So right now I'm like working on getting the audio a little cleaned up here because it's mostly cleaned up. I just realized that this section right here is no longer relevant. Well, it's relevant in a different way.
Warnings.
Yeah, considering we release these things about once a month.
At the moment, when real life improves, we'll see about bringing the schedule a little more active.
Yeah, this is back when I thought I would be getting back to it in a month's time because that's how long the project was going to last. And, well, the project did last that period of time. Problem is, as you know, the world decided to go whoopsie. So I'm actually thinking I might leave that in. So that's all set here. Now I just need to figure out how I want to do the usual layout of this because it doesn't start out normal, and this is where the normal start happens.
Hello, I'm Lux.
And I'm Ember, and this is our thoughts on My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, Season 9, Episodes 10 and 11. Gone to Seed and Student Council. At least with this slowed down rate, I don't feel like we have to say spoiler warnings.
Yeah, considering we release these things about once a month.
At the moment, when real...
So that's the usual intro, but I now have this intro here.
This is Lux.
And Ember.
Whoops.
This is a quick MLP pickup because we missed episode...
Yeah, so I have that. So now I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the usual animation intro here to cover that. So I'm going to turn back off the desktop audio again. So I was just doing that so you'd see where I was. Also, any shows you've been watching recently? In my last stream, I mentioned that I was trying to watch Owl House, Glitch Tech, trying to catch up on those. I'm also watching, I think it's called A Whole New Animal. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. I've actually never really played an Animal Crossing. I don't think I actually own one. Ugh. So let's see. Now I need to... I don't think I actually could hit the background file. I'm going to do that real quick. It's not that I've never been really interested in playing Animal Crossing. It's just that I've never been super interested in playing it, and there's always been something else I've wanted to play besides Animal Crossing. So I've played those. Like, I like a lot of racing games. Not a big fan of the simulation racing games, because I can't figure out how to control a car in those things. In real life, I can actually drive a little bit, but in the simulation racing games, like, the game doesn't perform as much. Oh, that's a nice list. Don't recognize two of those. Well, I kind of recognize. I think it's Hilda. But let's see what this one is. Goes and opens up his web browser to do a quick search to see what show this is. Oh, I recognize the images from that one. Haven't seen it yet. I may give that a look later, so I will bookmark that. And let's go back to the chat. Yeah, that's another, like, yeah, Animal Crossing is time consuming. That's another reason I really haven't gotten into it. It's kind of like the fact that I have a copy of, give me a second here. It's not Farm Life. What the heck is it? Gonna have to look at my Steam library because I have no idea. Stardew Valley. That's it. I have a copy of Stardew Valley, and I've only played about 2 hours in it. Because I just haven't had the time to really sit down and get into that game. Ugh. I would love to, but I haven't. Though I have put a lot of hours into other games. Though those other games, like, I feel better about dropping in and out of them compared to Stardew Valley. I discovered a lot. Yeah, I can see how they're. Oh, that's why that's free. And now to look up Hilda, because I recognize the name, but I can't remember any images associated with it. Thank you, ADHD. Oh, it's another Netflix one. Let's go to the Netflix page. Oh, gotcha. I haven't seen that one, and I've only seen images of it. That's why I didn't connect the two. I would play back the trailer with audio for you guys, but that would probably cause a strike of some sort. So I'm just going to watch it a quick second here since trailers aren't that long. Ah, I can see why you are watching this, Asami-chan. Hilda. Wow, that definitely looks interesting. Ah, wow. Yeah, I can definitely get into this. Giant dogs, flying creatures, magic. the girl's sketches. Ah, yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Definitely gonna watch that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now to catch up on... this has been... This decade's been a lot of nostalgic reboots, not new ideas, but it's been a lot of reboots, and I've been checking out most of them. Yeah. Oh, jeez, I'm a coffee today. So I can see how Hilda is a... Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into that. Definitely. That looks really cool, and the art style's really nicely done. Very smooth. I wonder if they're using any of the art programs I've recently been playing around with. Okay, let's get back to editing my stuff. Thank you for the chat so far, Sasami-chan. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to make the background image, which I forgot to do. Okay. Let's minimize this out of the way, and this. Minimize that. And open up my art program here. And let's see now, where did I put that image? Gonna have to go to here and would it be affinity? Is that where I put it? I think that's where I put it. Procreate art. Yes, the great seedling. Okay, now I need to I'm gonna create a new image. And we want, let's see. Okay, that's the one we want, 1080p. And now we go back over to here. We select all, hit copy, go over to the new image, hit paste. And switch over to this, and we want to resize this, zoom out. Okay, now go back up here, I need to see. Okay, so that's that. Back here. Do that. And file. Export. Okay. I think. Where do I want to put this? But yeah, that Hilda one, that one definitely caught my eye. But I have been watching all those others. Like, I've watched at least the first 2 episodes, I think, of Owl House, maybe 3. Still need to catch up on DuckTales. I am way behind on that, especially since apparently they've had their final season. Thank you, Disney. Glitch Tech, I've gotten a good portion through the first season. That show, I like Glitch Tech. The main female character is amazing. She is, oh wow. Very nicely done, and the creators have confirmed that she is ADHD. And that's a real big thing for me, because I've been discovering a lot about ADHD myself. And it has just been a fun ride in that thing. because it's an ADHD is an amazing brain thing. Let's see, where was I? Oh yes, it was this folder is what we wanted. So I'm gonna copy that, go over here, do this, and do that, and oh wow, pardon me, that came out of nowhere. Gonna name that video. I misspelled that, but that will work for now. Yes. I haven't watched any Pokemon in like forever. And I haven't really had an urge to get back into it. I've been still playing Pokemon Go, but very lightly. Drop these in. There we go. I think what I'm just going to do for this first part here is I'm just going to do my usual thing, and to keep editing time down on my end, I am just going to do the usual intro image and move right onto the video part of it. So how I would normally cover the intro is just going to be this short section, and then the rest of it's going to be the time lapse. Oh, and let's see. Apparently the chat there isn't working, so what I'm going to do there is, probably because this has a unique ID every time it starts. And there we go. I should now have the chat on screen. And just do a test. I'm going to say hello in the chat. Test. Hello. Okay, so now I can have the test. Now I can have the chat on screen at the same time. And in case you don't want that on screen, let me know and I can move back to just the video editing software. Yeah, Pokemon, like the series doesn't really catch me anymore as much as it used to. I guess because I just don't have the time to sit down and watch it. And there we go. Okay, that's all set. Now I need to go to text here and edit this so it's the correct numbers, because we want 11 and 9. Okay. Oh, Carmen Sandiego. That is, I've seen like the first 3 episodes of that one, and I really want to watch more of it. Love Ladybug and Cat Noir. If you can't tell by the videos we have on the channel. I haven't seen the little movie that they did, which is like an in-between season thing, because it's called Ladybug World or something like that. I have it, I just haven't watched it. Okay. I can isolate that now, I think. Actually, we want to adjust the length of these to match here. Ah, yeah, I hate it when your phone gets outdated. God, too much coughing. I've been lucky enough to been able to afford an upgrade recently, especially since Google was awesome enough to release a phone at a reasonable price that's actually a really good phone. The Pixel 4a, $350 for a phone that's amazing. I am like in love with that phone. That is how good it is. Let's see, I need to go back here and check. Yeah, everything looks good on here. There we go. And that's good, that's good. I can close that down. Okay. Close that. Now let's see here. Beasters? I have not heard of, if I'm saying that correctly, beasters. I need to look into that. Like, right now. Copy. Go over to here and let's open up another new tab and paste that in and do search. Oh, yeah, I have not watched or read that. I have not watched or read Beasters. Oh, I have heard of Over the Moon. Have not had a chance to watch it. Like a lot of stuff, basically life has been so I think the term is foobarred. That things have just not like gotten to a point where I can do this stuff anymore. Like watch things and then talk about them. Let's see. Okay. And I have heard and I have heard good things about Over the Moon. So maybe eventually I'll watch it. I think if I'm thinking of the right one, it's kind of sad, I think. And I may not be into sad stuff, so well, as in like right now. I do like a good sad movie. Loud House. That deserves another search. Well, that makes perfect sense. That would be the first thing that gets suggested. Loud House fan fiction. Ah, that's why I recognized it. I have seen clips from this show. I have not seen an actual episode yet. The art style seems to be a little off for me, but that hasn't stopped me from giving a show a chance. Okay. Okay, now to get back to this, let's see, I think I'm going to place the end of the intro right here. So I believe that's that. Now, how do I bring up the Q marker again? God. Marks. Mark in, mark out, mark current segment, end segment. That's not it. Okay. Oh, cool. It remembers my presence. That's nice. Okay, media. Huh. I do not see what I was looking for. Oh, that's okay. Ah, thank you for the reference points for how sad Over the Moon is. Ah, that can happen. Showrunners do change over time. Okay. Okay, let's see here. We got the marker where we want it. God, it's been forever since I've done any kind of editing. I know I'm going to lock the audio in because I don't need to edit the audio anymore. So locking it so I can't edit it is a good idea. We actually want to stop this right here. So we want to do that. And that. And yeah, that's why we have the black here, because we want to put black, and we put black right here, and we zoom out. Do this, do that. Okay. Let's zoom back in here. Gonna zoom out a little bit. There we go. Grab that. Slide it all the way over here because we want this to be. Yes, I've seen the first episode of the Animaniacs the Animaniacs reboot. Me and Crystal are loving it so far. We just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch more of it. That's like the story with almost everything we like watching. It's finding time to sit down and watch it because YouTube has been very distracting. It's so easy to find happy videos on there and just get lost in them. So we're gonna want to want this to be right there. I think is that how I usually do it? So I can't remember the shortcut key I put for joining because we want it to fade in. So we're gonna hit here. We're gonna add transition. We want, I believe it's a dissolve. Add dissolve. See what that looks like. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I really like the way they're handling the Animaniacs reboot, and the stuff I've been hearing about behind the scenes is good, and just the animation style really works well for matching the original show. But there's differences there that you really don't notice unless you compare unless you do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, let's see, we've got that set up. Let's do a comparison. Let's go back to a previous episode and see how I did that. Yeah, I heard about the creator not being involved with the show. Okay. Now let's see here. How long does that last? Okay, so okay. Okay. Do-do-do-do. Let's drag this over here to right. There's where that goes. Okay. Okay, I think that will work just fine like that. If there's one franchise this year that feels like fan fiction, yeah, they haven't done everything the fans want. There's one character that they really want in there as a playable character. Well, two actually, that I don't think will ever be in the game as playable characters, as characters you can fight as. Waluigi and Gino, I think that's how you say his name. Those two characters I don't think are ever going to be in the game as playable characters. They're going to be in assist trophies, outfits, and other stuff. Out of those games you just listed, I have not played Fall Guys or Among Us. I have played Untitled Goose Game. I own it. And I do have Super Mario 35, and I have played that. Just not recently. Okay, I'm going to be right back and get myself some water. Bump. And back. Yeah, apparently the water didn't help the ooh, huh. Cough that much. Now, it looks like I have this all set up here. That's good. Now I can turn that off. And we also want to turn off text and Ember. And lock the background so I'm not editing that. And let's start chopping things up so it can start working here. I have not played any of those. I don't think I've ever played any of the Civilization series. And I'm not quite sure what Thief Simulator is, but I have played like the original Thief way back when. I think I still have a copy of it somewhere. So I'm gonna look up Thief Simulator so I know what the heck that is. Go back here. And let's do a quick search. Let's see what Thief Simulator is. Huh. Become the best thief. Gather intel, steal things, and sell them to buy high-tech equipment. Do everything that a real thief does. Probably except get arrested. Also, steal things because you need money to live. Okay, let's see here. Don't need this anymore, so I'm going to hit back on that. Bring back up my stream. And okay, so I keep accidentally hiding the chat. The chast? The chat. Okay, so gonna need to cut there and cut there. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm gonna clock that off and do the editing for Ember here. I'm glad I remember to do as much as I do on this. Yeah, I'm not playing PC as much as I used to, though lately I've been playing, mainly because it's free, Destiny 2. And I'm just kind of playing that mindlessly. I'm not like heavily involved in it or anything. I'm just like, I get in there, I walk around, shoot some aliens, play a little bit of the story. That's about it. I've also been playing, God, what's it called? Blasphemous? Or something like that. It's a Castlevania style game, or a Metroidvania as it's coined. And I think I'm actually going to need to extend this out a little bit here. Okay, out to like here, I think. Oh, and I finally remembered something else I was doing in the old editing here. Go back over here and let's click on this and let's go to here. Okay. Yeah, I think I actually go back one here and I also set that one to 100. I think that made the transition smoother if I did it that way. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I basically wish I could be playing a lot more games and watching a lot more stuff. But like, I've started this streaming thing because I finally have some free time that I can try something new with and maybe get some more interest in the channel. And what's really great is it seems to be working, because the last stream I did has like over 1,000 views already, and it's crazy. Okay, I'm actually just going to look at that real quick because I'm like, wow. Just to give you a quick update on the numbers on the latest. Yeah, I've actually gained 6 subscribers thanks to the last video, and The latest video was over 1,546 views. It's not our most watched video ever. That still is an MLP video for, I think, the end of season. It was either season 3. It was the end of one of the seasons. Season 4. The end of season 4 has the most views, and it's just that one's that one exploded for some strange reason, and I have no idea why. I've never experienced that since, but yeah, the most recent live video is just doing really well, and I hope this one does well too. Let's see. So actually, I'm going to need to move this back just a little bit more here. So I'm going to put it in the middle of the spoken word here. Okay. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of stuff on my Switch lately. Because it's so easy to just grab it and go. So yeah, I recently picked up 2 racing games remastered. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit remastered and Burnout Paradise remastered. And then Blasphemous, like I've mentioned, SteamWorld Heist, Final Fantasy X and X-2 as one package. Octopath Traveler, War Groove, which is a fun strategy RPG. And I've just been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild too, because that's still a fun game. There is so much to do in that game, it is insane. Let's see here. Okay, got that. I think I just... How did I handle the transition? Let me check on the old one here. That makes sense. That's how I handle the transition. I put it on top of that. Makes it really easy. Instead of having to crossfade a bunch of stuff, I just put the video file on top there. Okay. Burnout Paradise is kind of an open world one. I haven't played much of it yet. I've just played around with it, gotten used to the controls. And Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3 Remaster, I think, has an open world mode in it where you can just do free driving, so you can drive anywhere on the map that's set up. I actually prefer tracks myself, because I'm very focused in on getting the best time possible. I am really focused on that. That's like my goal whenever I'm in a racing game, is to get the best time possible on any given track. Also to maintain the best average speed throughout the track. Yes, I was going to go back over here and start working on this. So I'm going to lock that back down. Whew, wow. Okay. Just going to turn that off and that off. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm buying. I kind of also lost track of Final Fantasy after 7. Because that's the one I bought on the PC. That's when I got back into Final Fantasy. After that, like I didn't play any others, and I didn't actually ever finish Final Fantasy VII. I got to the second disc, and that was about it. I think maybe further, because I remember the last thing I played in that game was just after Cloud got out of being sick or disabled or something, where he realized that a lot of his memories were false. Spoiler warnings for that game. So that's as far as I got in 7. So, but a lot of the Final Fantasy games have been coming out on the Switch, so I basically been picking them up as they've been on sale. Because I have 10 and 10-2, I have 7 on here, I have 8. No, I don't have 8 yet. I have 9. Let's see. So let's see. I have let's see, 7, 9, and 10 and 10-2. And I'm eventually gonna pick up 8 on here since it's the remaster, but I might also pick it up for the PC. I've also been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Wow, so many games on here I need to get back into playing. Like, I need to finish playing Luigi's Mansion 3. That has been a really good game so far. Just so many things to play. Okay. Minimize this out of the way and grab this and pull it back over here. Okay. What do I sound like here? Okay, that's the normal things I need. That one. Okay, that's going to be the eyebrow up. Okay. Oh, put that on the wrong one. Okay. Okay. I just need to do another slice on here. Yeah. I love Minecraft. I have not tried any of the randomizers out there. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't tried them. I played around with one, not really actually launching the game, just using the program to make the game randomized. I have not played with Mario Maker at all. I have, I think, the second Epic Mickey. Played it for a little bit. I need to play it more. Played the living heck out of the original Hyrule Warriors. Wow. I would have to turn on my Wii U to tell you how many hours I put into that thing, but I put a lot in there. Also, it's about time to wrap up the stream, give or take. I can go for a little bit longer. I think I will. I'm going to finish editing this first part, then call it there. So we can talk a little bit more while I work on this. And we also want to do an edit on Ember here. Little thing, like one frame there. Whoops. Undo that. Lock that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's been nice catching up to you too. Catching up with you too. Wow, English. Yes, it is my first language. How could you tell? So, I guess I'm going to talk a little bit more, and we can catch up a little bit more while I work on finishing up this thing. Once I finish up this section, I'm going to call the stream for the day, and I'm actually going to continue working on this off stream. Because, you know, I want to put more content up on the channel. I'm probably actually going to be putting up Ember's reading room first. I got like 3 of those. All I have to do is do the images for an assembly, and those are relatively easy. But I thought I'd do this one since it's MLP related, and MLP still has a bit of a following. And I thought, you know, it might be something for us to talk over. And you brought up a bunch of awesome stuff, Sasami-chan. I'm gonna have to look into some of those shows you were talking about. DCECU. I liked Wonder Woman. I have not seen any of the other movies. I'm probably gonna give the Schneider cut, or however you say his name, a look. Star Wars, I have not watched any of the movies past the first of the new trilogy. I have the Last Jedi. I just haven't watched it. I haven't seen any of the TV series either for Star Wars. I haven't really watched any of them past the old cartoons back in the day. I'm talking about the Ewoks and the droids. Those old things. So I have not seen, God, what is it called? Actually, I have seen like maybe an episode or two of Clone Wars back when it was first airing. But wow. Yeah, the MCU I'm all caught up on except for the last Spider-Man one. I haven't watched all of that movie. I'm a good portion of the way through it, but I'm all caught up pretty much on that. So I've seen all of the MCU movies. I didn't realize I did until I went back and counted, like, oh, so what movies have I seen out of the MCU? Goes back and looks, I'm like, oh wow, I've seen all of them, including the one that's kind of not really in the universe, but is in the universe. The first one they call, I should say the first movie where Robert Downey Jr. shows up as Tony Stark at the very end credits. That version of the Hulk. I also saw the other version of the Hulk, which is a very long, very boring movie. I'm like, how can you make the Hulk boring? So let's see here. Where was I? Yes, I was going to switch over to doing Ember. Okay. And what's her expression? Normal. So, camera, mouth open. Okay. Whoops. That goes there. Okay. So, yeah, I've been enjoying the movies I have seen. I heard Aquaman is good, but has a lot of weird logical flaws in it. And I just find that kind of funny. It kind of makes sense for how bad the DCU is, because they felt they had to catch up to Marvel instead of doing it right. So they're like, we're going to cram everything into these, like, first 3 movies. I think that's the real reason that the DCEU is so bad compared to the MCU, is because DC thought they had to do everything they could to catch up to where Marvel was in their cinematic universe. Instead of making good movies, they were like, we have to get movies out to match where they are in their franchise, instead of making their franchise the best they could. But they eventually got to a point where they felt like they caught up, so that's why we've gotten some good movies. Also, they've bothered to let their directors and creators actually make movies. This is why the Wonder Woman movie was so good, because there was very little oversight from the rest of the DCEU people, and I don't know how Aquaman was so good from what I've heard, because I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to give it a chance and watch it, but I don't know how. Also, I think I need to turn my volume, because I'm spiking a little bit here, so I'm going to turn myself down a little bit there. Okay. So, just, it's been fun watching what has happened, and I've really enjoyed all of the MCU movies. I haven't found one I haven't liked. There's been some that I'm like, oh, that's good, but I haven't found any ones that was like, man, that's bad. Let's see. My favorites out of those, I really don't know. The first Iron Man movie is like definitely up there for being one of my favorites, because that movie just, it leaves you with so many good feels at the end. Especially with the ad-lib line that Robert Downey Jr. tossed in there of like, I am Iron Man. And it completely changed how they were going to handle the EU. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how if those 2 movies would have been better, they would have. Though it's kind of funny, the Green Lantern movie. It's just. Ugh. Also, apparently, Ryan Reynolds may come back in a cameo as a Green Lantern. So that's going to be funny if that happens. I think he's willing to do it too, which kind of works because he's also playing Deadpool, so it also gives him more cannon fodder for references in his movies. Also, the integration of X-Men and the MCU is going to be a weird thing. From what I understand, they may actually be doing Fantastic Four first before they do X-Men. Except for maybe whatever crossover thing they're planning on doing to incorporate Deadpool 3 into the MCU. Because from what I understand, Deadpool 3 is not going to be in the MCU. But I have a feeling like the end credits are going to be in the MCU. Okay, so got that, and I think we need to go over there, and yep, that's that one again. now I need to pop back over to here and copy on that. Go back over here, go here, here, dunk, dunk. Yeah, I hit the enter key. Thank you. Okay, now I need to back over here and up over here. And we want looking at Lux. There we go. Wow. You read a fan fiction when you were 5? That's cool. I have not written any fan fiction whatsoever. I have talked a lot of fan fiction, but I have not actually written down any. And all the fan fiction I've ever written, I've actually changed into original works. Well, not written, any ones I've actually discussed with people, I've eventually taken notes down and changed it into its own original stuff. Because like by the time I was done with my fanfiction, I was like, why am I even still using the original universe that this has been written in? Because like I am not like even referring to it anymore. So yeah, fanfiction is fun. I have read some doozies and some really good ones. I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like this take on Groundhog's Day in MLP fan fiction was really good. I'm gonna have to look it up sometime again because it was really good, and it spawned a couple of sequels which were okay, and I see where the author was taking it. But the first one was just, it gets a bit gory in some areas because of how it's written, but it's pretty good. And if you ever do scan it, like, send me a note on DeviantArt. I'll, like, look it over and, like, tell you what I think. Okay. Let's see. Got that, got that. Okay. I think the intro here is actually done. Yeah, that's done. The intro is done. Thank you. Thank you for letting me read it. Because I would be interested in reading it. Do you remember what it was a fan fiction of? And do you feel comfortable with mentioning it here? So I can actually minimize that out of the way here. And let's see. Okay. Look at all the pretty colors. Ah, Star Wars. Nice. Let's see. What was like one of the first things I was inspired by? I think this is gonna sound cliche. Sailor Moon. That was like one of the first series that I ever really started trying to come up with my own version of in-show events. We don't have a script. The intros are always off the rails. I just do a lot of editing to them, so more of an edited version of an intro. Because me and Ember never have a script. I used to have bullet points when we went to record, but I don't anymore. I just kind of go off on things. It's yeah. Sonic. Oh, He-Man. I never really fantasized about anything with He-Man, but I watched the living heck out of it. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's it there. Okay. uh, well, I think I'm going to call the stream here. It's been nice talking with you, Susame-chan. It's great to see what you've been up to, and the fanfiction is probably going to be really interesting. And yeah, we don't really have scripts. We just set up a recording. We set up our devices to record, and we just go at it. We just start talking and bringing up points as we go. And the audio files are lengthy, but I usually edit out a good 10 to 20 minutes of audio, I think. It really depends on how much we stayed on topic during the recording. That kind of off the script. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, thank you. And I'm gonna stop the stream now, and always nice talking with you. You have a good day, and gonna do the usual outro plugs here. There will be links down in the description when I edit those. There's always my DeviantArt. This video will be up sometime. Not this stream. This stream's is up right now. But the video I'm editing right now will be up sometime. I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping to finish editing it today. But that doesn't mean it will go up today. It will probably go up at earliest a month from now. So thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to join my recording. Whoever sees this on video on demand, thank you for joining. And links down below,